On May 15th, 2026, we went to review Chapter 6 of Broken Plea and ended up having a 6.5 or so hour live because the entirety of Chapter 6 in this book is the report regarding Dylan Mortensen's interview with ISP and MPD on 11/17/22. This is the interview where everything that she previously stated started being unraveled. She started being even more inconsistent than she already was. And a lot more questions come from this interview, especially now that we have facts, phone data, and a lot more evidence to prove that there was a lot more going on than what they want us to believe in that 8-hour time frame, and probably even before that. In order to make sure that the information that is being told to us inconsistent, the information that's being proven to have been a lie with the information that we have now, to make sure that the facts are being spread correctly, I am going to separate this 6.5 hour live down into 10 to 12 minute segments. Here's number 1. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
So I opened the door for a second and I just sprinted. And I don't know why. I feel like it was stupid of me to open the door. Like, I don't know why I did that, but I didn't see anyone. I mean, I was scared, but it wasn't like anything was wrong. I was just like freaked out that someone was in the house, but it wasn't like, oh, this is bad. Like, you know, like I just didn't think about that. And
I got up and I locked my door. So fast. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? I'm so scared. I'm so freaked out. But you know, I just didn't really think of anything bad. Girl, you sound like you have multiple personalities and they're in your brain all together at the same time and they're fighting about who's going to say the next sentence. You sound insane.
I go outside, I sprint I think I sprinted again. It could have been just like running, and I think I'm sprinting. I don't know.
And this should have been the officer's sign that she was trying to over-explain literally everything because that's what she was instructed to do. To then say, I sprinted. It might have been running. I don't know. It could have just been sprinting. I don't know. Whatever the hell she just tried to do. What are you doing? What? Like, to even have to sit there in your brain and be like, oh my God, do I really need to explain sprinting versus running and which one I was really doing? Like, that's wildly ridiculous. Like, come on.
I see Xana in a room and she's like on the floor and I'm like, okay, she's just like drunk and passed out like that. Maybe she just drank way too much tonight. She'll be fine in the morning. Like, she's with Ethan. From what I thought, I didn't see Ethan. I just saw the door open. From what I remember, I think
she came up with all this shit.
I remember her just on the floor, and I don't think she had any pants on except for underwear. And I was like, oh, like that was normal for her to like just wear underwear around the house because we were all so comfortable with each other. Like, that was not weird at all. So I thought nothing of it. I was just like, okay, it's fine. And I was almost too scared to go look into her room because I was like,
did you hear that?
I was almost too scared to go.
I was almost too scared to go look in her room. I was almost too scared to go. So you didn't just see the shit in passing. You went down that hallway. You went into that bedroom.
I was just like, okay, it's fine. And I was almost too scared to go look into her room because I was like,
almost too scared means you got over it and you went because you weren't too scared. You were just almost, girl.
I was almost too scared to go look into her room because I was like, I don't know if there's a guy here or not. I don't know if someone's here or not. Like, I have no clue. I don't know if like my mind's freaking out or not. All I knew was that I was awake. She had been calling me. I needed to go down to her because we could be together.
But you saw Xana on your way by.
Yeah. Here's my room. I'm coming out this way. I walk down into the living room. I look to my left. That is where Xana's room is. Like, down this little hallway.
Is lights on or anything?
There were lights on.
Oh, I forgot about those power tools.
Sure again, but I think so because I was able to see her.
In her room, the lights are on?
Yeah, and I don't know if the bathroom lights are on. I can't remember. I think they were, but again, I don't know. Like, everything's kind of wish-washy. I can't remember.
Is Xana saying anything?
No, I thought she was just passed out on the floor. Like, I thought she was just taking a nap. Like, it happens. Like, you get too drunk, you just like the floor feels fun. Like, sometimes when we're all kind of drunk, we're just like, okay, I just want to fall asleep on the floor. Like, it just feels fine, you know?
No.
Yeah. This idiot will just say any freaking thing. Anything.
At what point after you encountered the man, did you think that there's something about Xana that isn't normal? You never thought that?
Yeah, I never thought anything was wrong. Like, I thought she had just like fallen asleep. I never thought she drank, like she was unconscious. I didn't even think that at all. I didn't think anything was wrong.
She didn't think she was unconscious. She didn't think she had drank too much. At that point in time, she does not think that Xana drank too much. Is that what she just said?
Like, I thought she was just taking a nap. Like, it happens. Like, you get too drunk, you just like the floor feels fun. Like, sometimes when we're all kind of drunk, we're just like, okay, I just want to fall asleep on the floor. Like, it just feels fine, you know?
At no point after you encountered the man, did you think that there's something about Xana that isn't normal? You never thought that?
Yeah, I never thought anything was wrong. Like, I thought she had just like fallen asleep. I never thought she drank, like she was unconscious. I didn't even think that at all. I didn't think anything was.
This is crazy. This is insane. This is intentional. This isn't somebody just being a freaking idiot. This is not an airheaded dumb person. This is very, very intentional. Very intentional. This is disgusting.
At all. So then I stop for a second, look at her, like, okay, she's fine. Like, she's just asleep. Like,
She's fine.
Is her bedroom light on?
Totally okay.
I think so. Again, I don't know for sure. Everything's.
How far is Xana from you when you first see her?
I couldn't see much. I guess like I could just see her. I could see the top of her head because obviously her head is a lot higher than everything else, and I could see her legs a little bit, and that was it. I didn't see anything else. I didn't see anything wrong. Like, it just looked like her room. Like, yeah, she was drunk, probably messed it up a little bit. It didn't look.
And now she changes it again. Yeah, she's probably drunk. Da da da. You just said that you just thought she was taking a nap at 4:00 in the morning. She's taking a nap.
From what I think I saw, it didn't look super messy at all. Like, it just looked like there was a few clothes. You know, that's normal for all college girls. Like, it's normal.
So this distance you're talking about, would you have been able to see her if the lights were out?
Probably not.
So some light had to have been on.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you guys have night lights in your
No,
house?
I don't. I mean,
nothing
I
would be lighting
don't.
the wall?
I mean, we have this.
But there are, because string lights are basically like your night lights. So no, there was light everywhere pretty much. Soft light, but light.
So some light had to have been on.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking.
Do you guys have night lights in your
No,
house?
I don't. I mean,
nothing would
I
be lighting the
don't.
wall?
I mean, we have this. Well,
I also find it funny she's asking a house full of grown-ass people if they've got night lights. That's funny.
I guess I shouldn't say that because we have like little twinkle lights that go around, like
Decorative?
soft light.
Yeah. So I guess that could have been it. Maybe there was just decorative lights, and that's how I saw Xana. I don't know. And we have this little Scentsy thing. I don't know if it's on. We're pretty good at turning it on and off, so it's not like
on the bar part.
I don't know if that was on.
Where's the Scentsy light on normally? Where's it located? I'm sorry.
So from my room, you first walk into the living room. There's let's say this is the door to the living room. Right to your left is this bar cart with like some alcohol and like some decorative stuff. Right to your right, there's this little table that has drawers, and that's where the little Scentsy thing is. And then the couch.
Would you have been able to see Xana with that light from the living room?
I don't think so.
In our world, for an offender to leave lights on a house, you increase the risk of identification. They would rather the lights not be on. So it's important that we get this straight.
I mean, I think Xana's lights were on.
I mean, the kitchen lights were on. Where they want us to believe the person came in and out, the lights were on. There was lots of lights on in that house.
You could have seen her otherwise, though, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
See how she instantly changed her answer? Not 15, 20 seconds ago, she was asked if she thought she could see Xana with that kind of light, and she said, I don't think so. Then she gets asked again because of what the Idaho State Police detective just said to her. And suddenly she's like, yeah, I think so. So which one is it, Dylan? Because we already know that you did. So much so that you knew something was wrong even more because she hadn't moved an inch since the 8 hours before you saw her, before the 911 call. So I don't know why the back and forth here. You already said you saw her. So why are we pretending?
Yeah, so I'm not trying to plant a seed.
Yeah, I know.
But think about where you're at when you see her. If all the lights are off, you wouldn't have been able to see her normally?
Well, I mean, we have so many twinkle lights, so I might be able to. I have no clue. I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't remember.
No, that's again. I'm not suggesting you should tell me something you do not know.
Yeah, I don't know if her lights were on or not. I have no clue at all.
But you could see her.
I could see her. I know that I could see her.
And which way is she facing?
You were
Which way is
almost
it?
too scared to go down the hall.
So, like, let's say, like, that couch is the back of her wall. That's where her head is, and her legs are towards, like, forward towards me.
And then what is she wearing?
I don't know what her shirt is. I can just see her wearing underwear, and that was normal. Like, she was really comfortable with us. She would wear just underwear around the house, and that was fine.
I don't know why you have to constantly over detail that.
I don't think so. I think.
Why are you constantly having to tell us how normal it is for Xana to be in her underwear? She's in her bedroom with her boyfriend. Even if she wasn't comfortable around y'all, she was in her freaking bedroom with her boyfriend, who just so happened to also be naked, minus some socks. So why do you have to, every single time you mention the fact that she was in her underwear, why are you over-explaining it? Dylan, if you put the same weight on how she's over-explaining everything else, it really makes you wonder why she's doing it.
I don't think I did. I thought she was maybe just asleep, so I don't want to wake her up.
Now, this is where I get really aggravated with this, because she goes back and forth between thinking that she had just drank too much and wanted to lay down on the floor because, you know, sometimes when you drink, it's just normal to say that the floor feels fine. Which means at first she's going to claim that Xana must have just drank too much and was just passed out on the floor, blah, blah, blah. Then now what you just heard was her say that even though she's freaking out, even though she just heard crying coming from the exact same direction of Xana's freaking room, because she's claiming it's coming from the damn bathroom right there that shares a wall down that hallway with Xana's room, that even though Dylan is telling the police that's the direction she's hearing the strange guy's voice from, and that she's hearing the crying from, she's just seeing Xana on the floor and just didn't want to wake her up. Yeah? Just like how you almost were too scared to go down the hall. See, what we also realized in this live when we went to Moscow Police Report number 32 regarding the autopsy information is that Xana had on beige underwear. So if the lighting is on but dim and she's on the floor and you can tell that she's in her underwear, but her underwear are basically skin color, you would probably not be able to see that underwear color from far away. Now, red staining on something beige, red staining on gray, red staining on white furniture, red all over the floor. Yes, maybe not on that black rug, but definitely on Xana's bare legs, you would be able to see it all. So the fact that she can say that she was in underwear, and we know from the report she was in skin-colored, beige-colored underwear, you have to question everything that Dylan is saying here. Every damn thing.
And then I ran down to bed. She could hear me walking down, so she opened up the door, so I didn't have to wait for her to unlock it. And I just locked the door.
Bethany heard you coming down the stairs, but she didn't hear crying, screaming, stomping, chasing, dying, fighting, heads being tossed up against the walls and banging all over the place and leaving hair marks in places. None of that, but she could hear your little bitty old footsteps coming down the steps. What? She could hear cups falling off the table, but she can't hear what's being chased. The stomping, the screaming, the crying, all the stuff. None of that, but she can hear you coming down the stairs and some cups falling. Ugh.
And I was like, I don't remember what we talked about at all.
See right here, she said, and I was like, meaning I was like, oh my God, I just saw this guy and I ran by and saw Xana and she was on the floor and I don't know what to do. And instead of answering what we all are questioning here, which is exactly what she's now on the flip side, acting like she doesn't remember, is what the discussion was between them after she gets down to Bethany's room. What was talked about? What was said? What did Dylan tell Bethany to make Bethany very much possibly believe that everything was fine and they could just maybe go back to bed? Because we know that Bethany did apparently get up from what she is claiming is tooth pain, and that's why she's calling her parents and blah, blah, blah. I don't know completely if I believe that story. I really just don't. She was out partying and apparently hadn't had no issues up until that point. And by the time you get to the point to where you're crying enough to call your dad in the middle of the morning and having to take something, and it's something that you're making as part of your story, it's probably been a problem for a minute. I mean, that's just me dealing with my own, teeth issues in my life. I don't know. But that story is a bit strange, especially since there's so much calling in that time frame. But in her interviews, she does say that every time she did wake up that morning, that Dylan was already awake. And we also know from what is apparently a timeline written by police back in November of 2023 that there was movements of Dylan, at least some movements, that are in this timeline, proving that she wasn't moving around. We also know and have known for a while now from phone activity that both of them were, again, very much doing things, Dylan very much more so than Bethany, all that morning. There's very little lapse of phone activity. And I know that we are still not getting all of it. That's the other issue. We are going off of just what they're allowing us instead of letting us see everything for a case that's already found its own conviction. It makes no sense. She went to say exactly what she said to Bethany when she walked through her door, and then suddenly changed it to, I don't remember what we talked about.
And I was like, I don't remember what we talked about at all.
She has done this the entire interview, but didn't have this kind of inconsistency, did not have this kind of hesitation, did not have all of these excuses on 11/13. She's doing this with her lawyer present, and I'm sure she's smiling. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that the notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.